All right, let's bring in Bruce Boudreau this morning. The Edmonton Oilers taking just 5 games to eliminate the Vegas Golden Knights. Good morning, Bruce. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Good morning, guys. You're all smiling today, I would assume.
It's we're celebrating a gentleman's sweep by dressing up like gentlemen ourselves.
Modified, I guess.
Modified gentleman's sweep. They get it done in 5. The only game Vegas won, obviously, Draisaitl tipped one home. And boy, what a turn the last 2 games in this series. You know, they still had a 2-1 lead, but they just locked it down. Got Stuart Skinner in there, back-to-back shutouts. What does it say about the group, Bruce, with the way they sort of sealed this thing away?
Well, I mean, it says they're the hottest team in hockey right now. If you look at it, I mean, they've won 8 out of their last 9, and the 9th game, the one game they lost was in the last second of the game. So, I mean, they're feeling it. They're believing in themselves. Things are going well. They got their number 1 goalie back on top, playing the way that they expected him to play. So, I mean, they get a little bit of rest, let the old timers on that team get their legs rested a little bit. So if I'm an Edmonton Oiler or an Edmonton Oiler fan, I'm feeling pretty good about the next round, and I can't wait to start.
Yeah, you know, especially I kind of think Winnipeg will get it done on home ice, and then they'll go back for game 6. So could be a nice little break here for the others, which, Bruce, I mean, as a coach, let's say the next round doesn't start till maybe Wednesday or something like that. As a coach, when you've won 8 of 9, do you like that rest, or is it because in the playoffs you'll take any rest you can get?
Well, I mean, I think I like the rest myself, and at the same time, I don't like the rest because you're so hot right now. You want to almost play every day, and you don't want to cool off, and that's what the rest will do. But I mean, the rest is, like I said, it's giving your guys that either play an awful lot and have played a lot of hockey this year, or the guys that are older and need the rest to get it going, they can use it. But the big thing too is the coach will have the idea of how to manage this. I mean, they'll take today off for sure. You know, and tomorrow might even be, if Winnipeg wins tonight, tomorrow might be just an optional. Then all of a sudden, and the optional, and then the next day, which was Saturday, then all of a sudden you have a good practice. And then you go over Winnipeg on Sunday, or you go over Dallas, whoever wins game 6, and that could be possible. And then you start to prepare. You don't prepare 100 miles an hour, but you gradually get back up to the peak on the day before, and then you're ready to play. So, I mean, I think, it's everything that's happening is in Edmonton's favor right now, and I'm sure they'll take advantage of it.
Bruce, we have the privilege of speaking to some very intelligent guests on this program, especially in the segment, former players, former goaltenders, former managers, and you are the coach. And I just wanted your thoughts on coaching in this series. I don't know a guy who's got the finger more tight on the pulse than a guy like Kris Knoblauch. Your thoughts on what he did this series, and I guess to the other side as well, what Bruce Cassidy couldn't.
Well, I think, not knowing Kris, but watching him work, I mean, he's not only done a great job, and he does have his pulse on it, because I firmly believe, I was just telling somebody, I said, no matter what you want to do, the coach knows the players better than anybody. He's with them every day. He's on the ice with them every day. He's talking to them individually, even if it's to say 2 words to them every day. So he knows as much as anybody what's going through. So when he makes these changes, they're smart changes, because he knows. People might look from afar and go, what the hell is he breaking up Draisaitl and McDavid for? They're going great. But, I mean, he knows what needs to be done at that time. Like, we could all sit back and say, this is a dumb move. But, I mean, so many times you look at it, and I say this all the time, is the guy that's there knows better than the guy that's watching from afar. And that's what Knoblauch's doing. And the other thing I really like about him is he keeps his cool when things are going awry. Like, you don't see him getting all wound up, yelling at refs too much. I mean, he'll make his point, but he's trying to stay calm, and I think the players are buying into that, and they don't get wound up either. Like, the last thing you want to have is a coach that yells and screams behind the bench, because all that does is allows the players to yell and scream at the same time. And when that happens, then all heck breaks out, and the focus is totally gone. And that's I've really liked what Kris has done with that situation. So, I mean, I think it's great. I mean, with Bruce, I mean, I think he's a really good coach, really, really smart. I don't know if he just had the tools to work with this year. Like, I mean, you know, like, I mean, had a lot of good players, but I'm convinced if to win the Stanley Cup, you got to have some great players. And after Eichel, who couldn't score a goal, like, I mean, he took shots and everything.
And he sure looked good, but he just couldn't finish.
Yeah, he couldn't finish, deking out guys one-on-one and then getting to the spot, but he couldn't finish. But other than after him and after Theodore on the point, there was really not a lot of offensive skill, I thought, on that team. And the one thing I do know is I do know George McPhee and I know Kelly McCrimmon, and they're seeing the same thing, and they're going to go out and they'll rectify it this summer.
Bruce Boudreau, former NHL head coach, with us on the show this morning, brought to you by Pro Am Sports. Just sticking with that coaching vibe for a second here. What's it like coaching in a 0-0 game, do you think, in the playoffs, where you want to find that one, but you want your guys to stay patient and not make any mistakes? So is it a difficult message to send? Like, just keep at it, do what you're doing, and we will eventually win this game?
Yeah, because if you start saying, hey, listen, don't make mistakes, what's the first thing you do is you make a mistake, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you don't want that to happen. But I think you're constantly talking behind the bench, going, keep going, boys, keep getting it deep, keep doing what you're doing. It's going to break here, and at the same time, the coach is looking at matchups, and he doesn't want to get too crazy because he doesn't want the players to focus on too many other things, like all of a sudden changing lines when a guy goes out there. You don't see that with Edmonton a lot. They're playing their guys, and who's on the ice stays on the ice. And I believe now with their depth, especially if they move Draisaitl off the McDavid line and put Perry up top there, they got 4 lines that can score and 4 lines that can defend. And the much maligned defense.
Yeah,
and it has been maligned, and I agree with the onlookers going, oh my God, how can that team play after losing the players they've done in defense? But I'm telling you, Klingberg looks like 2017 Dallas Stars right now. I mean, and he's gone to Anaheim and Toronto since then and looked horrible, and now he comes to Edmonton. And he's looking like like back when he was a kid. And look at who is the guy? What's the guy's name? Wallman.
Yeah.
I mean, Detroit paid San Jose to take him. They paid him. They said, "Here, you take this guy, and we'll give you a pick, a second-round pick for future considerations." And San Jose turns around and trades it to Edmonton. So you're sitting there going, how good can this guy be? And he's playing lights out right now. And I mean, Bouchard's only playing for one team now. He's not playing for both teams. He's playing for one team. So, I mean, all of a sudden, and, Nurse is playing the top of his game. And I mean, the other thing that Rest does is they might get, what's his nose back?
Echo him, yeah.
Back. So, I mean, things are looking up in Oil Town right now. If you're thinking going to the finals again, it's a good thought.
Okay, well, what about across the country over in Toronto? Let's flip over there, where boot off the ice, Austin Matthews jersey thrown on the ice. A team that was up 3-1 in Game 3 with a chance to take a 3-0 stranglehold, now booed off their ice at home. I'm not necessarily sure they can recover from what happened last night. Just how bad was it, Bruce?
Well, I'm not saying Toronto fans are fickle, but Toronto fans are fickle. Listen, all us ex-Leafs or ex-people that are from Toronto were as aghast as everybody else that they just didn't have any pushback last night. I mean, I must have had 50 texts from people in Toronto going, what's going on? What's going on? And I'm sure everybody that I know was doing the same thing. Are getting the same results. I was a little shocked. They had this series in the bag.
Yep.
They were already making the parade route down Bay Street and everything else going on, and that they've taken that away pretty quickly. But I mean, what I thought on it is the Florida people, they've been there before. They knew what it takes. Okay. The Toronto guys, it looks like the stage is almost too big for them. They're best players. It's I don't know if it's just walking around the city and everybody's sort of saying our lives depend on you guys winning right now or what. But I didn't see Matthews, Marner, Tavares. Nylander was okay, had a couple of really good opportunities, but the usual suspects that you depend on in games like this were no-shows, and I worry about that. Boy, I'll tell you what, I'd be super disappointed if the best effort of the series or the season wasn't given in their next game in Florida, because this one was just not up to snuff. It wasn't acceptable if you're a Leaf fan. It wasn't acceptable if you paid $1,000 for those tickets. I think they were going on the market for $958 or something for a top row seat. So you figure that out. Those people are and the only reason I know that is because my buddy paid $600 the game before, and he said, "How can you not go see these guys? They're going to win the cup, and $600 is worth it." And then last night he said $958 or something for a ticket. He said, "I went to the local bar, had a beer for $25 and called it a deal."
Probably the right way to go about it.
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of beers for that price. Bruce, going back to the West here, you like the Jets taking this thing back to Dallas tonight or what?
I really do. I think the Jets, they've been the best team in the league. They've got a lot of heart. They've been through this. And to me, I've been down 3-1 before, where you've come back and you sit there and it's almost easy to justify, say, listen, there's no way they're going to beat us at home. We're going to come out, we're going to win our home games. So let's win this. All we really have to do is the same thing we should have done in the game before, and that's winning one game in Dallas. And we're too good a team to lose 9 in a row on the road. So, at least you can make the players, to me, it's easy to make the players believe that they can win. Whether they can beat a really good Dallas team 3 straight, I don't know. But it's not that hard, I don't think, to make them believe that they can win those 3 games.
Bruce, last one before we let you go. We have people texting in saying, "What have you thought of John Cena as a heel since the turn of the last few months?"
Crap! Let's get rid of him. It's like old coaches. Let's just get rid of these guys. I don't like Cena. I liked him when he was a lot younger, but in the time of wrestlers, some of them being so big and the guys he's fighting, there's no chance he's beating up Randy Orton in real life, right?
Yeah.
So you got to make it a little bit believable. And the whole referee thing being knocked out, I think that's worn out its welcome, because all those refs have had to have more concussions than you can shake a stick at. Get them out of there, get some new guys in there. But I don't know what's coming up in wrestling. I'd really like to see something new happen. I'd really like to see the storylines that they had in the early 2000s or the late 90s. They might not have the Steve Austins and the Bret Harts and that to do it, but I'd like to get something like a soap opera thing, and I don't think we've been able to really establish that right now in WWE.
Great chat, Bruce, as always, man. We appreciate it. We'll catch up in a couple weeks.
Sounds good. Talk to you soon. Good luck.
There you go. That's Bruce. That's Bruce Boudreau. Absolutely tremendous.